Hi everyone. I wanted to declutter my shoes today because I feel that there are some that I don't need anymore, and it's difficult. I don't feel like I have that many shoes, or at least I didn't think so. And then when I actually went ahead and got all the shoes and put them in boxes, I thought like, ooh, this is a lot more than I thought. What I did was the following. I went ahead and drew some notes about what categories I need. So I'm gonna put these down, and I thought about this ahead of time and really asked myself, what are all the kinds of shoes that I really need? And then I want to put them in these categories, and anything that doesn't go anywhere in these categories is gonna have to be gotten rid of. So here are the criteria. I have to love the shoes, I have to love the way they look, I have to love the way they feel on my feet, and I have to actually wear them. So if none of those apply, then they're not gonna go in those categories, because I'm only gonna put in those categories the ones that all those criteria apply to. So, okay, I'm gonna get started. So I have 5 categories. I have sandals for the summer, warm boots for the winter, comfy sneakers, dog walking because we have a dog, and running because I run almost every single day. So I'm going to try to find the best shoes for all of those categories. Okay, I'm going to start with my winter boots. Now these are an absolute no-brainer because these are the ones, they are my UGG boots. They were quite expensive, and as you can see, they are quite I think there's not a lot of sole left, but if I get any new ones before the next winter gets into full swing, I mean, they're used up, but I'm gonna replace them by the same pair if I get new ones. So warm boots, definitely those are my warm boots. However, those are boots that they're the warmest ones I have, and they're the ones that when it's really cold, I don't really get cold feet. However, here in Germany, the weather often is like, it's not really, really terribly cold, but it's wet. And when it's wet and slushy, then I need some boots that actually can be worn in wet and slushy weather, because those suede leather ones, they're gonna get soaked. So that's where these come in. They're kind of like in between. There, when it's a little bit wetter, this is Gore-Tex, so it's actually waterproof. And so I do need to keep these because when we go with a sled or, anything in the snow, I can't really wear my suede ones. So these have to be kept. Okay, I do have one other pair of boots that I got because when I walk the dog, it's really dirty and all, and these are like half rubber and half like just warm boots, but honestly, they just don't fit right. I mean, they're the right size, but the way they are, this needed to go further back for me to be tighter around my foot. They slip off even when I wear really thick socks, and they're just not comfortable. My legs start hurting after a while, and although I would have loved some that are like these are not the ones. They're just not comfortable. So I'm gonna get rid of these. So I think I'm good to go with my winter boots for now. So 2 pairs, one for the wetter and snowier and one for the really cold. And these are kind of in between for the fall and the spring when it's a little bit cold and sometimes also wet. These are okay for getting wet, and they're also a little bit warmer. They're not warm like the UGG ones, so I really need these because I do wear them a lot. They're like sneakers, but they're higher and warmer. Okay, now for the running and sneakers. Now these right here, I think they're really pretty and I like them. I can wash them. They're not that white anymore. I could wash them, but honestly, I think I don't need to wear that many pairs. I have others, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep these for shopping in my own closet later. I'm gonna put them in a box, and I have done this a lot to keep things that are actually really good, but that I don't want to use right now. It's almost like I'm keeping these then they're almost as new as out of the shop. So keeping these in a box but not wearing them. Now these are really great sneakers. I love the way they're shaped because I have very narrow feet, and they are great for narrow feet. They're not big and wide, but they're just a tad too small. So I'm gonna get rid of them. And the same actually goes for these. They are awesome and I love them, but they're just a tad too small. They needed like a half size bigger, and although I've been wearing them, honestly, they were never the most comfortable, and it's not good to wear shoes that are a tiny bit too small. Okay, the next pair is, as you can see, they're really dirty. I've been using them. These are my hiking / running / going out with the dog when it's like, you know, not too cold, not too warm weather. So those are my staples, keeping them. Okay, these boots right here, I used to wear them, but they're not that comfortable because when I tie them up, I don't know, my feet kind of hurt. And even when I let them loose, they're hard for some reason. They're not soft, so I'm not keeping them. Okay, I got a pair of sandals here, and these are my Esprit sandals, and I've had them for such a long time. They're still good. I love them so much. They're the ones I wear when I walk around a lot, that are a little bit nicer. They're not dressy, but they're a little bit nicer. So if I'm, you know, going anywhere where I want to wear a dress, I do wear these. And these right here, these are my most comfortable kind of sandals. They're just Skechers, and they're very soft and comfortable. I love these. However, when I walk a lot, like if I'm outside and I'm like walking a lot, because, you know, I kind of slide around just a bit, they're not as comfortable if I walk like a couple of miles. Then these wouldn't be my choice. These are my choice like just every day around the house and outside, but not when I really walk a lot. When I walk a lot in the summer, these are my favorites. And you can see they're so worn out. They're Tevas and Teva. I love them so much. I've been trying to get some new ones, and hopefully this year I can. I was always a little late in the season and I didn't have the ones that I wanted anymore. Very comfortable hiking kind of sandals. Definitely keeping them when I go with the dog, when I go hiking, always use them. Okay, now this is one of my categories, comfortable sneakers, comfy sneakers. These are my comfy sneakers. They're so easy. I just slip right in, and they are soft on the inside. They have that memory foam kind of inside sole, and they're Skechers. I've had them for probably 3 years. The soles aren't great anymore, but they definitely, I could get probably another year or two wear out of them. Okay, and this is my second pair of comfy sneakers because these are barefoot shoes, and I wear these around the house. I'm actually wearing the same pair right now in the house, and so I got one pair for outside. This is really, when it's cold, they're not really awesome because you get cold feet, even when you wear socks. I love them when it's, you know, dry outside. Also, they're not waterproof. It's very thin. But I love them because they have this very thin sole, and it's good for your feet because it's almost like you're wearing barefoot, except your feet are protected. So I'm definitely keeping these. And by the way, these are Merrell's. I can definitely recommend them. They're not as expensive as some of the other ones like Vibram. However, they do have the Vibram sole. Okay, now I got one more pair of running shoes. These I really like to use in the summer when it's a little bit nicer outside. They're a little bit lighter than the black ones. The black ones are really for hiking and for trail running. These are a little bit lighter, and oh my goodness, I've had them for 5 years, I think. You know, I've had others, and I just came back to them recently after I had gotten rid of my favorite running shoes after they were dead. And so I'm keeping these. And I got one more last pair, and I think I'm going to keep these. These are teaks. I don't know if you've ever heard of teaks. Teaks. I love them. They're flats. They're very comfortable. They're made of real leather, hand-stitched and all. And they got this flexible sole where you can also fold them up. And when I go on trips, these are so amazing because, you know, if you want to wear something dressy, like dressy flats, they're so neutral, and because they're just black leather, they look nice. You can dress them up and down, and I always use them when I go on trips and I want to, you know, wear some with a skirt or a dress, or look a little bit nicer with a pair of leggings. These are awesome because they're small for traveling. So keeping these. So these are all the pairs of shoes that I'm gonna keep now. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pairs. That feels kind of good. Okay, I got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. So yeah, I mean, that's good. It's not about not owning anything. It's really more about owning exactly what you need, no more, no less. It's not about depriving yourself of anything. For me, minimalism really means reducing to what I'm truly gonna enjoy and need, and what is essential, what brings me true joy. I know Marie Kondo's method is just what brings you joy. Sometimes it's not joy, sometimes it's just a necessity to have warm feet. It doesn't just bring me joy, but it keeps me from being miserable. Some things are just very much needed, and you kind of need it to live. So let me know in the comments, how many pairs of shoes do you own? I used to probably have a lot more. I do have a few more pairs that are just for being very, very dressy, for being professional, you know, being on stage. I'm a professional singer and I perform on stage, but I never wear any of those except for my performances. So I don't count them as my actual shoe collection or my actual wardrobe, because that is completely separate. And if I would not normally wear that kind of stuff because I'm all about being comfortable. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Subscribe if you're interested in more videos about cleaning, organizing, simplifying, decluttering. I'd like to connect with you. It is awesome that you were here today. And until next time, keep it simple.